Thunder Dragons. Mokuba's deck, but playing it as Kaiba. Yes!
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
Thunder Dragons is an incredibly big brain deck. You're going to have to turn your brain on for this. They are all connected in some way or another. We have Thunder Dragon Hawk, Thunder Dragon Dark, Thunder Dragon Roar. Now, all of them, when sent to the graveyard by battle or banished, or just sent to the graveyard in any way, they will all activate. So banished or sent to the graveyard, they all will activate. What does Dragonhawk do when sent to the graveyard or banished? It will allow you to return cards from your hand back in the deck to draw new copies. This is great for searching for a Chaos Sorcerer if there's a big threat on the field. Now, Dragon Dark, when sent to the grave or banished, you could search your deck for any Thunder Dragon card, including the spell and traps. Then, Dragon Roar, when sent to the graveyard or banished, you can special summon a Thunder Dragon from your deck in defense position. So, sent to the grave or banished, this will return cards from your hand back in the deck to draw new ones. This will add any card from your deck to your hand, and this one will special summon from the deck in defense. Now, they have another effect. They all have the effect of you could discard themselves to the graveyard. Now, that will not trigger its effect when sent to the grave because only one effect can be activated and only once that turn. So if you discard Thunder Dragon Hawk through its own effect, you just discard to the grave, you could special summon a Thunder Dragon that is banished or in your grave, attack or defense. If you discard Thunder Dragon Dark, you can add another Thunder Dragon Dark. Now, you could use this effect on your opponent's turn. It's great for filling up the grave for your Chaos Sorcerer. And then we have Thunder Dragon Roar. Discard to the grave to add a Thunder Dragon from the grave or banish to the hand. So those are all the effects of the monsters. Hopefully you remembered that. Now, the core card of this deck is this, the level 30 level up reward of Mokuba. Thunder Dragon's 100 Thunders. This is the special summon trap. Your core strategy with this deck is to search this card with your Thunder Dragon Dark. How are you going to search this card? You're going to banish it with Gold Sark. You're going to banish it with a Loof Lupine. These are your main banish cards. You could even banish it from the grave with your Chaos Sorcerer to then add this to your hand from the deck. And then, while it's in the graveyard or banished, you want to add it back to your hand with your Thunder Dragon Roar. So just focus on that. Dark to add it from the deck, and then Roar to add it from the grave or banish back to the hand. Why is this so important? This allows you to special summon a Thunder Dragon from the graveyard, and if you have multiple Thunder Dragons of the same name, this is 2400 attack, by the way, with beatdown, 2 of them, that's 3000, 3000. You summon multiples of the same name. Now, an important thing with this is, while the monsters on the field that you summoned with this, you cannot special summon other monsters. So if you want to summon a Chaos Sorcerer, you must send that monster on the field to the graveyard to take off that restriction. So this is your main thing. Now, comboed with the trap that is Thunder Dragon Discharge, this deck becomes crazy good. So you're continually searching this to special summon, and when you're special summoning, you're triggering your trap, which destroys back row cards, also banishes Thunder Dragons from your deck. So ideally, to play this deck, you could play with 3 of the traps, so you just need the other. Or if you're playing against a non-back row heavy deck, you're going to want more Chaos Sorcerers. This is the most difficult thing with this deck. I've played it like this, and I've played it like this. So for you all, I'm going to tell you 2 and 2 is the way to try it out, and then you could go 3 on the other or the other. All right? Now, we already told you what Gold Sark does, banish from the deck to trigger any of these effects. Now we have Aloof Lupine. On summon, banish a Thunder Dragon from the hand and a Thunder Dragon from the deck. Ideally, with Aloof Lupine, you're going to turn 1, banish a Dark and a Roar. When you banish the Dark and the Roar, your Dark is going to search for your 100 Thunders. Your Roar is going to special summon a Dark from the deck. Why are you doing this? So your field is an Aloof, and you're going to set the trap, and you have this on the field. In the end phase, it's going to go back to your hand because that's the effect of Roar. It goes back to your hand in the end phase. Then on your opponent's turn, you're You're going to discard it to add another Thunder Dragon Dark, so you could even activate the 100 Thunders to summon it onto the field. So when destroyed, it could search your deck for any Thunder Dragon. You ideally want to set up with the Thunder Dragon Hawk, so you could discard Special Summon, then beat down your opponent. So control the back row with the discharge by destroying back row cards, destroy on their turn, destroy on your turn. Summon your monsters continually with this, loop it with the Roar, search it with the Dark, and then if you need to, hit them with the Chaos Sorcerer. A good way to search for Chaos Sorcerer is banishing your Hawk, then returning cards from your hand back in the deck to draw new cards to get into your Chaos Sorcerer. That's the deck. You're just going to have to see it in gameplay. It is quite complicated. It gets complicated because you can only use one effect that turn, only once that turn. So if you accidentally use the effect of any of these, you cannot use the other effects. For example, if you banish, return cards, draw into another Thunderhawk, you're not going to be discarding to summon a monster. Let's do it. Keeper of Dragon Magic, add a Neos Fusion by discarding a card on summon. Activates the Neos Fusion, so this is a powerful opener from him. We already have the special summon trap. Now you want the destroy back row trap. These are the two traps you want. Just focus on them. Focus. Discard special summon, tribute set, takes it out, search. He's going to activate to search himself. Now we're going to get poppin' in the end phase. Get poppin', add the Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk is the perfect follow-up. You want Thunderhawk to summon from the grave or banish. Searches for a Neos Fusion, end phase, get special summoning. Special summon. Now you do not have to chain the trap. It will activate even while face down to destroy a back row card. Floodgate trap hole. We still get to banish and get its effect. We banish, we get its effect to special summon, to add back to the hand in the end phase, to now discard it to add the trap back to the hand. Think about the loop. Loop the trap. You need Dark to add it, and then continually add it from the grave or banish with Roar. Roar, add it back. So you're looping forever. Loop, loop, loop. Come forth, Chaos Sorcerer. Banish, also triggering the effect of Dark to add a Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk, discard special summon. Tribute, beat down, but boost. 3,300, 3,300. That's how the deck works. Yes. He's going first, set everything in a monster. Gold Sark, remember, we just search for the trap. Get the trap set up. We got the trap, someone from the grave. That's all we want to do is set up with the trap. Discard to add back the Thunder Dark, then Dragonhawk special summon the Roar back in the field. Now, on her end phase, I'm going to discard a Dark to add a Dark. I'm filling up the grave so I could summon a Chaos Sorcerer to trigger the effect of Hawk and Dark to search and return cards from our hand back in the deck. We want to send the Darks back in the deck. Send back. Send back. Now, we have the trap. The trap will allow us to destroy back row cards. It's in the end phase. I'm going to discard Dark, then chain the trap, special summon, pop a back row. We want to pop a back row every turn, but we can only pop a back row as long as we have a Thunder Dragon in the deck to banish. So you need to carefully make sure your Thunder Dragons are in the deck enough to banish to destroy back row cards. We take out a counter gate. When on direct attack, it negates the attack. It gets summon a monster he draws off of the attack. That's a good hit. So returning cards back in the deck, put them back in. Draw. Roar, add back the trap, the special summon trap, tribute summon. Activate discharge, pop another counter gate, set up the special summon card again. Now I'm going to use Chaos Sorcerer to banish off our monster to make room to summon in their end phase. My trap again to activate discharge to destroy another back row card. Got to make room. Fortune Lady calling now. He's getting busy. Time, passage, boost, banish, draw two. Hopefully there's not much more back row cards to be banishing. Draws into a Fortune Lady Wind. Shokan Dark. Synchro Shokan into Fortune Lady Every. This card is nasty. Banish a card we control, a monster, during each of her standby phases. Comes back every end phase from the graveyard. Summons a wind, but cannot destroy any back row card because we need to have 3 back row cards in order to destroy. Activates Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to chain the card to special summon. Now, we don't care if our card is banished. We could add it from the grave or banish pile to the hand. So Cosmic Cyclone means nothing. Activate discharge, pop that final back row card, Was it? What is it? Oh, powerful rebirth. Okay. He says another card. That's not good. Takes out the Chaos Sorcerer, which is a great counter for the Every. Beat down. Powerful rebirth. Resummon. Draw 2. Just like that. Got him. Got him. Now, why didn't I summon Chaos Sorcerer? I couldn't, because the Roar is on the field, which was summoned off of the trap. And because it's summoned from the trap, we can't summon Chaos Sorcerer unless we were to tribute summon the Roar. So we just couldn't do it. Damn! Goes first, sets a monster, likely a Whitestone the Ancient. So this is a deck that's not going to be back row heavy, likely. So the Discharge is going to be useless, but the Chaos Sorcerer will be good. We're going to summon the Aloof Lupine. You should already know the combos with me. What am I going to banish from the deck? We're going to banish a Roar and a Dark. Dark's going to add the Trap. Focus on adding the Trap from the deck and adding it from the grave or banished. Very simple. Now, in order to use the trap that we are searching, we need to have a Thunder Dragon in the grave. How do we ensure we have a Thunder Dragon in the grave? We use the Roar to special summon a Dark, because Dark will add itself back to the hand in the end phase, so we could discard it on his turn to then use the trap to summon from the grave. Gotta think about this. Search it, then how do you use it? Add it back. Now we could discard it to use it on his turn. There's no reason to use it, so we don't. We rip into a Discharge, so now he's got back row. Now he's got back row. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror will negate most of our effects that activate in the graveyard or on the field, but we're activating Roar from the hand, so we don't have to worry about that. Gold Sark, Banish, the Dark, add another Discharge. Set it. Now in the end phase, we're gonna activate and flip up double Discharge. Double destroy, that question we had earlier. Yes, here it is. Here it is. When he activates Econ, pop it. Pop, pop, pop it. Banish. Banish. Double banish. Roar when banished, Hawk when banished are going to activate. Hawk is going to shuffle cards from our hand back in the deck to draw new ones. Roar is going to summon a monster from the deck onto the field and come back to our hand in the end phase. You want to summon a Hawk. You want Hawk to go back to your hand so we could discard it to special summon. Control the back row, control the monsters. Loop the special summon trap. Discard, special summon, beat down. It's time to go in. Raikou, on flip, destroy a card on the field, mill 3. Take 17 to the face. Aloof Lupine is great for adding back to the hand. It's too much control. Control the Duel. Pretty science. Look at the top card of each player's deck. Well, we have the full combo. We don't even need to use anything. I'm going to use the Dark early so it can activate on his turn. Otherwise, it would not activate on his turn if we discard and special summon it. Necro Valley. What? We're going to chain a card to special summon from the grave. Also, with Discharge, we will destroy the Necro Valley. It's all about control, control, control. Control him. Banish the Roar. Roar, special summon a Hawk. Hawk add itself back to the hand in the end phase. And just like that, open field, of course this deck can make easy peasy lethal. Beat down, boost. That's gonna be plus 600, plus 600. Got it. Even through Necro Valley. Open up with Aloof, banish the Dark, banish a Roar. We already have both traps, so we don't have to search them. So we're instead going to set up for next turn. Make sure we do that so we could discard it. Very nice. We have Hawk for next turn, which is going to be ideal for a very nice follow-up. Cosmo Brain, tribute off. We're going to chain Dark, chain that, special summon, pop that back row card before the Dragon Spirit of White comes out. Because if Dragon Spirit of White were to target our back row card, we would not be able to pop that back row. So we're going to do it before it happens. There you go. Dragon Spirit of White. Discharge. Discharge that back row card because we played around the white perfectly. Roar, summon. A Hawk takes out the Hawk. Hawk is going to return a card back to the deck. Draw a new card. White for Blue Eyes White Dragon. Regular Blue Eyes White Dragon. Roar. All right, he's going for that double attack. What's he taking out? Takes out the Aloof Lupine. Lupine going to add back a banished monster. Thank you very much for that. We could use the Roar to add back the trap, which is exactly what we do. Loop the trap, continually special summon. Discard special summon, tribute. Beat down, plus 600, 3,000, 3,000. Now, ideally, we have a Chaos Sorcerer, but we could use Hawk to dig for it. 3K. Look, he's spent. We have outdone him. Continually looping our cards, special summoning, destroying the back row, adding it back. If we flip up the trap, we could summon multiple roars. Roar! 1, 2, 3 roars! Roar! 3,300! Yes! That's what you want to do with the trap. You want to get to the point where you could summon 3 roars. 3 roars on the field with your trap. All right, we go first. Aloof, banish the dark, add the destroy back row card. We already got the special summon card. You want one or the other. That's why some people might prefer playing 3 discharge just to get that combo going. But then you don't have Chaos Sorcerer for the decks that don't play back row. You can discard the dark whenever, destroy back row cards. In the end phase, we're going to discard special summon, pop the back row, control him. He cannot activate a card set that turn. What is that card? It is a Canadia. Banish a roar to summon a Hawk. Hawk will go back to the hand. We'll discard it to special summon. Hawk. he wants none of it. He wants to go back to Fortnite. Loof. Banish. Add the trap, special a dark, well, actually, we could special summon a Hawk here. Hawk would have been a good idea too, because Hawk would go back to the hand. If you have a Hawk, you don't need to special summon the dark, because then you could discard the Hawk to special summon. United. United. We got Fuma. Draw a card. Fuma. Draw a card. Discard special summon in the end phase. How do we play around dual wield? Dual wielder. We got the discharge. Dual wield on the discard of Hawk is going to return back to the hand. He must have another dual wield. Come forth. Add a roar. Add the trap. Now we're going to set everything. Set. We're going to overset to compensate. Dual wields again returns our monsters. We're going to flip up discharge and summon because we want it on the field, and we do not want to be negated by the Shien. Don't negate. Now, if we get destroyed by battle and summon a monster from the deck, it will not trigger the discharge and the damage step. He does not have a back row card to destroy anyway. Hawk, then add back to the hand. Hawk, summon. Loof, Banish. Special. Beatdown. Bigger than the Shien. Back to the hand. Back to the hand. Set, pass. Dragon Roar, add the trap so we can destroy back row cards. Tribute summon, beat down. Take it out, summon, activate, search, take it out again. Now, a good play here would have been to Gold Sarka Dark, add the Hawk, discard a Hawk. I'm not sure if we had another Hawk. Summons into Shien. We do not flip up any of our cards preemptively. We let this go through. Is it worth getting 3 Alistair? 2 to 3 Alistair is really good. Really strong. Shien now negating. Special summons the keys on. Takes out our monster. We have nothing to special summon from the deck. Our deck's down to 4 cards. We're in trouble. Gold Sark. Negate. Okay. All right. He negated. Activate. Summon. Double summon. Beat down. Take out the keys on. Take out the Shien. Take out his life. Yes! Aloof! Banish! Add the special summon trap. Could you imagine this deck with multiple special summon trap? We already focus so much on just adding it and recycling it. What if we had some more room for error by just playing multiple of the trap? We only have 1. Karakuri! What? Lupine, add. Special summon in the end phase. Get poppin'. Discard so we have something to special summon. Chainlink 3. Flip up. Pop. Banish from the deck also. Ideally, you want to banish the Roar, special summon a Hawk, add the Hawk, then discard a Hawk on your turn. Hawk! Add the Hawk in the end phase. Now, we have multiple ways to trigger the discharge. We could tribute summon. We could Hawk. Whatever we do is going to destroy a back row card. We discard special summon, pop the Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Fool! Tribute summon. Because the dark was tribute summoned, we get to add a card. Now, another thing to take note with this deck is if you summon a monster with the trap, it gets banished when it leaves the field. It doesn't go to the graveyard. So sometimes you might be setting up for a Chaos Sorcerer thinking you got it, tribute summon, and then the monster gets banished instead of going to the grave. A lot of small things you got to remember. Roar, add back the trap. We're looping the trap. That's all we do. Beat down. I go in. Why do I go in? It could have been a wall D. Well, I felt delays. I knew that back row card was chainable. Otherwise, I would have not swung in. I would have just saved the trap to destroy it on his turn. 900. Double back row set. We have double discharge, but do we have enough Thunder Dragons in the deck to destroy his back row cards? I don't think so. I think we might only have one to banish, but you do get to destroy double back row. Double discharge. Let's see. Off of one summon, we get double summon, by the way. Target. Target. How many are we banishing? One. He scoops it. Double pop the back row. Triple monster. 3,300 beatdown. That's what the deck does. Thunder Dragon is nuts. Final replay. The final one. Double back row set. Gold Sark, search for the trap. This is our final game. Final replay. Hawk, special summon. Into a floodgate trap hole. We could tribute summon if we want to. Summons a Dark Illusion. Gold Sark for a roar. Special summon a monster. Another roar to add to tribute set. Okay. Good double set. Chaos form. Using the illusion on the field to summon a Magician of Chaos. If we activate anything, he's going to pop a card, beat down. Take out the dark, search the deck for a discharge. We need to discharge that back row. Discharge it. So we're going to set up with the trap. Hawk, beat down, take out the Magician of Chaos. What can that back row card be? We will find out right here, right now. Rod adding an Illusion Magic. Actually, I think it would be better if we pop the Illusion Magic. Sets it, end phase, discharge, pop the Illusion Magic because that back row card is likely a navigation. Add a roar. Now we're going to find out what that final back row card is. No, we're not, because he's going to wrap it up, scoops it. We would attribute summon, destroy it. Lethal. That's the deck. Thunder Dragons, big brain deck. Hope you enjoyed. I love this deck. It is crazy good. Yes.